Tonight, public cracks in what was supposed to be a show of force between the Prime Minister and Ontario's Premier. What prompted Mark Carney's eye roll during a photo op about partnership?
Today's agreement is the last step in our plan to get shovels in the ground this June.
Plus, the Prime Minister's response to new U.S. demands and when to expect some relief from the trade war. Fake promises, real scams.
I don't have no retirement saving. Everything is gone.
How AI-powered crypto schemes are fooling Canadians and how to protect yourself. And she can't talk, but she can sing. How this baby from Northern Ontario is capturing hearts around the world this Christmas.
CTV National News with Omar Sachedina.
Good evening. The Prime Minister publicly drew a line in the sand over a key U.S. demand in the trade talks with Washington, where we learned this evening Minister Dominic LeBlanc, Mark Carney's point man on trade, will be heading for discussions mid-January. CTV's Abigail Beeman leads us off on the developments and the lingering sore spot with Ontario's Premier.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.
Ontario and the federal government sign a deal to cut red tape for major projects, including the Ring of Fire.
Today's agreement is the last step in our plan to get shovels in the ground this June.
America's jobs and growth are at stake.
Looks like the two leaders are still on different pages about the Ronald Reagan ad that angered the U.S. president. Watch the Prime Minister's face and judge for yourself.
Well, number one, that was the best ad that's ever been run, 12.4 billion views. We wanted to bring it to the attention of the American people.
Mark Carney said Canada was close to a deal on sectoral tariffs before the ad.
My judgment is that that is now going to roll into the broader CUSMA negotiations. So we're unlikely, given the time horizons coming together, to have a sectoral agreement. Although, if the United States wants to come back on that in those areas, we're always ready there.
Meanwhile, the United States trade representative told lawmakers what the U.S. wants resolved in order to extend CUSMA. Jameson Greer shared remarks from a closed-door meeting targeting a number of things, including Canada's Online Streaming Act and supply management policies that unfairly restrict market access for U.S. dairy products.
We'll continue to protect supply management.
Trade experts say it's good news for Canada that Greer's feedback showed many U.S. stakeholders are supportive of CUSMA.
Sure, we can talk about tweaking on the margin, but ultimately the threats of blowing up the agreement writ large are not what U.S. businesses and U.S. companies will want.
CUSMA top of mind for premiers as well. The Prime Minister held a virtual meeting with them this afternoon. His office tells CTV News the focus was almost entirely on CUSMA and international trade. Omar?
All right, Abigail, thank you. New details tonight on MP Michael Ma's decision to cross the floor, leaving the Conservatives to join the Liberals. CTV's Annie Bergeron-Oliver on what he's saying about the timing of the announcement.
When Michael Ma took the dance floor at the Conservative Christmas party and posed for photos with leader Pierre Poilievre, the MP says he still belonged in the party.
I was truly a Conservative member and an MP. I have not made a decision at that point.
He claims the decision to join the Liberals was made the next day.
To our newest member of the Liberal Party.
Hours before appearing at the Liberal Christmas party.
I met with the Prime Minister and reconfirmed my understanding of his vision for Canada, and I believe that's the right approach.
Ma calls Carney's approach pragmatic and centrist. But the self-described progressive Conservative is offering few other specifics about why he switched.
Instead of deepening division of the country, I believe that we are better served when we are with the governing party.
But while Ma says constituents he consulted were on board, protests have popped up in his riding, and so has a petition calling for his resignation.
Mr. Ma's words don't seem to mean very much. He seems a little bit foggy about where his sort of principles are, but the actions that he's taken are going to have a very long tail of consequence.
In the 2025 election, Ma won Markham Unionville with 50.7% of the vote, compared to the Liberals' 47.1%. Now the Nanos Research seat projection has the race too close to call.
that particular riding is significantly influenced by what happens at the national level. The big question is how people in Markham Unionville will react to Michael Ma crossing the floor.
Asked whether he believed any other Conservatives would cross the floor, Ma said he doesn't have a crystal ball. Omar.
All right, Annie, thank you. A major blow to Premier François Legault's government as Quebec's health minister stepped down to sit as an independent. The sudden departure of Christian Dubé deals a significant setback to the CAQ party. His resignation comes after he pushed for a controversial bill to change the way doctors are paid, including basing some of their salaries on performance targets. The Quebec government has since backtracked on some contentious aspects of the deal, which doctors now have until tomorrow to vote on. Ontario prosecutors have withdrawn a second-degree murder charge against a man who spent more than 20 years in prison for the murder of a 10-year-old girl, a crime he says he did not commit. CTV's John Woodward on the legal win and the time lost.
You know, they took the entire prime of my life, man, from, 25 to 49 years old.
Timothy Reese is now 62, reflecting on much of his life lost behind bars, tagged as the lowest of the low, a child killer.
Every single day waking up, having to, always keep eyes in the back of me and make sure nobody's going to try anything stupid today.
For decades, Reese insisted he was not responsible for the murder of 10-year-old Darla Thurot in 1990. Toronto police detectives charged him. He was sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole for 15 years.
I didn't kill Darla. I don't want to be going to my grave labeled that way when it's not true.
Initially, his appeals were denied, but then a new piece of evidence came to light, an audio tape of an interview police did with the building's landlord that was never disclosed to Reese's defense lawyers at the time.
He said some highly incriminating things to the police, including that he had kissed her goodnight that night and had run into her in the bathroom in the middle of the night.
That tape turned out to be crucial in the case. Ontario's Court of Appeal set aside the conviction, and on Thursday, prosecutors withdrew the murder charge.
After 37 years, Tim Reese has finally got this thing off his back. It's been a very long haul for him.
Reese grateful for the years of effort by lawyer James Lockyer and Innocence Canada. But some things time has taken can't be given back.
My father passed. My mother's now in a nursing home and with dementia and everything. I know, seeing my mom and telling her, Mom, I finally won, I proved it. And she's just clueless. Maybe she understands and can't express it. I don't know. But that's pretty hurtful.
Reese, a free man. As for that landlord, he'll never face justice. He died in 1999. John Woodward, CTV News.
We have late-breaking news tonight. The suspect in the Brown University shooting that killed 2 people 5 days ago has been found dead.
He was a Brown student. He was a Portuguese national. And his last known address was in Miami, Florida. And I will tell you that he took his own life tonight.
48-year-old Claudio Valente was found dead inside a New Hampshire storage facility from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Authorities tracked down a car that led them to the suspect and say he had a bag, 2 firearms, and evidence matching the crime scene. A former NASCAR legend is among 7 people killed in a private plane crash in North Carolina. The Cessna burst into flames, skidding along the runway at a small airport north of Charlotte. The jet had just taken off from that same airport, but turned around and attempted to land. The plane is owned by former NASCAR driver and avid pilot Greg Biffle. His family confirming tonight that Biffle, his wife, and 2 kids were on board and among those killed. And powerful scenes in Australia as hundreds of surfers and swimmers return to the waters off Bondi Beach, forming a massive circle to pay tribute to the 15 people killed in Sunday's mass shooting targeting a Hanukkah celebration. Australia's Prime Minister today declaring a day of reflection on Sunday. On the eve of the deadline for the U.S. Department of Justice to release the Epstein files, House Democrats revealed new photos from the convicted sex offender's estate. Here's CTV's Washington Bureau Chief Joy Malvin.
A new batch of photos seem to focus on Jeffrey Epstein's sexual interests. He's seen with a marker surrounded by 3 women. Written on a woman's foot and other body parts are quotes from the novel Lolita about a man's sexual obsession with a 12-year-old girl. Another appears to show a text exchange discussing recruiting girls from Russia, asking for $1,000 per girl and saying someone will be good for Jay, along with heavily redacted foreign female passports. Thousands of pictures have been released from the Epstein estate without any context, timing, or location. Pictures of former President Bill Clinton, director Woody Allen, and in this new batch, philosopher Noam Chomsky on Epstein's plane, and Bill Gates with a woman in a hotel lobby. White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles told Vanity Fair President Donald Trump is in the Epstein files, but not doing anything awful. Democrats say the photos keep the pressure on the Trump administration, facing a deadline tomorrow to make all the files public.
If we look at past behavior, I'm not sure that's going to happen. We may get a partial release. We may get highly redacted information that doesn't tell us much.
For the Epstein survivors who fought for the truth to come out, some don't trust the government.
There hasn't been any effort to reach out to survivors and let them know what's coming. Just yet another level of negligence.
By law, the Justice Department must release the files by midnight Friday, including documents in the criminal case against Epstein's accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, who's trying to overturn her conviction. Omar?
Joy Melvin in Washington. Joy, thanks. Back here at home, after rolling through Alberta and Saskatchewan, a powerful storm slammed southern Manitoba today. Strong winds and heavy snow snarled traffic and knocked out power in parts of Winnipeg. CTV's Alex Karpa on how the city is coping.
Conditions were messy and treacherous Thursday. Blowing snow and high winds forced dozens of highways to close in Manitoba. Snowplows continue to work around the clock to clear streets and sidewalks.
This is a real humdinger when it comes to clippers.
Environment and Climate Change Canada estimates Manitoba's Interlake region got between 15 to 20 centimeters of snow, while southern Manitoba, including Winnipeg, saw between 10 to 15. But it's the high winds that's creating this chaos.
We've seen 70 to 80 kilometer per hour gusts, so those are pretty substantial when you combine it with all the fresh snow. That's why we're seeing such reduced visibilities and blowing snow.
Schools throughout southern Manitoba, including Winnipeg, were closed Thursday. The University of Manitoba is also closed, with exams scheduled for Thursday being postponed until Saturday. Manitoba Hydro reporting several power outages throughout the province and warning it could take some time to repair them.
Until the roads are open or passable or safe, we can't do that. So we're advising customers right now to prepare for an extended outage situation.
Manitoba RCMP says there have been around a dozen collisions on highways throughout the province and say there are numerous reports of vehicles stuck in ditches.
If you were already out there and needed to get someplace else, the idea is to drive as safe as you can and be prepared and have the proper things in your vehicle to keep you safe.
This clipper is at the end of its cycle, but it's certainly not the end of this winter weather. More snow is coming on Friday, bringing with it much colder temperatures. Alex Carver, CTV News, Winnipeg.
Coming up.
I don't have no retirement saving. Everything is gone.
How a crypto con job stole millions from Canadians and what you need to watch out for. A W5 investigation has found Canadians are being aggressively targeted by fake AI-generated videos to invest in cryptocurrency scams. As CTV's Pat Foran tells us, by the time investors realize it's a scam, they've lost their entire life savings.
How did you feel when they said you're going to have to sell your house to get your money back?
Heartbroken. I was broken into pieces.
A woman we'll call Denise of Markham, Ontario, asked us not to reveal her identity as she is devastated and embarrassed to have lost her life savings in a cryptocurrency scam. In July of 2023, she was on Facebook when she saw a story featuring billionaire Elon Musk saying she could get rich fast.
Millions of users were able to close all their debts in the first week on the platform.
It said that you just have to invest $250. and you get on his platform and you're going to make money daily.
Denise sent $250 to what she thought was Musk's platform. 2 days later, she received what she was told was $30 US in profit. Convinced it wasn't a scam, she was told if she invested more, she would make more.
And they keep calling me and tell me that people are making so much money and that if you put more, and I said, okay.
Denise decided to go all in and took out a second mortgage on her home.
I applied for almost $1 million on the equity in my home. I took it out and I started sending it to them, right? Like $350,000, $350,000.
After investing $1.2 million, she thought it had grown to over $3 million, but when she tried to take money out, she was told she needed to pay taxes and fees. She borrowed another $500,000 from family and friends and maxed out credit cards. In the end, she was scammed out of $1.7 million.
I don't have no retirement saving. Everything is gone.
There are fake AI-generated cryptocurrency videos featuring former Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
We have developed an investment platform.
And current Prime Minister Mark Carney.
Make your initial deposit.
You could invest in it for as little as $250.
Donald Hanrahan of Charlottetown PEI was online when he saw a story about investing in cryptocurrencies promoted by Dragon's Den. The show currently has a warning online saying it was targeted by a number of fake advertisements on Facebook. Hanrahan started investing with small amounts, but eventually put in everything he had.
I was getting at one point about 10,000 Canadian per day, okay? And it eventually, it added up to $600,000.
When Hanrahan tried to remove his funds, he couldn't and realized he'd been scammed out of the entire amount.
I was, scammed by professional people. That doesn't give you much consolation when you've lost all that money.
According to the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre, Canadians lost $1.2 billion to investment scams over the past 3 years. That's only what's been reported, so it's expected it's much higher. Most involve cryptocurrencies and fake AI-generated videos.
It's really hard to know what's real now because this technology is so sophisticated now that it's really nearly impossible to know what is real and what is fake in some cases.
Is it going to get better? Is it going to get worse?
Oh, it's going to get worse.
Tomorrow, we speak with a crypto investigator who says many of the scams targeting Canadians are coming from Southeast Asia, and there is a shocking reason why the scammers may have no choice but to break the law. Pat Foran, CTV News, Toronto.
Still ahead. How this baby stole the show. A Northern Ontario baby is showing it's never too early to get into the holiday spirit, joining her mom in a Christmas choir and winning over fans around the world. Here's CTV's Madison Merrier.
Bernard Lafontaine posted a video for friends and family, and over 6 million views later, she's getting calls from around the world.
Sweden, Italy, there's liaisons from the USA that are working with People Magazine and USA Today. And Brazil has been really, really big because Senna is named after Ayrton Senna.
Little Senna appears to be singing along as the choir performs, and her mother is not surprised as music is a big part of her family's life.
Both my husband and I are very musically inclined, and so are her grandparents and her great-grandparents. So I think probably just from the womb, always hearing music and just being the happy baby that she is, I think music will run in her blood.
Lafontaine said she posted a video of the choir's performance as a preview to their big show.
We go to choir practice together, and she loves it. We bring her little play mat, and she'll just be babbling and cooing And yeah, she loves choir.
She only noticed Senna cooing after the song was finished, and when Lafontaine watched the video, she thought it was a great reflection of her happy baby.
The video that you're seeing is just literally how she is on a day-to-day basis. We're blessed with a very happy baby.
Lafontaine hopes the video brings people some Christmas cheer and inspires new parents to continue going out and doing the things they love.
I hope that this inspires also some parents that are on maternity leave or that are home with their child to just go out there and do things, and that the community does support bringing your child and not to be afraid and stay home.
Madison Marier, CTV News, Sudbury.
How adorable is she? Still ahead, stepping in for St. Nick, how a Canadian couple is making sure kids' letters to Santa get answered. Letters to Santa are a big part of the holidays. Now an Ontario couple just north of Toronto is helping to keep the joy of that tradition alive by making their front lawn the destination for those special messages. CTV's Adrian Gobriel takes us there.
On a country road north of Toronto, children from far and wide arrive with letters in hand, destined for the North Pole.
It's truly magical that they actually get the Santa's mailbox.
Go this way, dear.
7 years ago, Melanie Provis and her husband began setting up a few modest Christmas decorations outside their family home.
We started with 2 lonely little reindeer. Oh, there he goes.
Since then, they've added a few more.
About 30 plus blow-ups. This year, we have 30,000 lights.
A few years ago, they also added this red Santa's mailbox. A gaggle of children from the area began to arrive with letters for jolly old St. Nick.
At first, I'd get maybe 20 letters, 30 letters.
That, too, has since grown in volume.
This year, I did over 200 letters.
Each batch of letters is sent to Santa, who replies back with a handwritten letter of his own.
In gold or silver sparkly ink, and they also get a little certificate that says they've been on the nice list.
Each letter offers a glimpse into the hearts and minds of the children who visit. Some of the kids share their wish list with Provis.
A lot of the kids ask for certain things. I had one little boy asking for his mommy to come back, that she had just passed away.
This time 2 years ago, Provis's brother unexpectedly died. He was also a big supporter of her Santa's setup.
We have some decorations dedicated to him. I hope he sees them from heaven. Did the boys get their letters?
For Provis, her wish each Christmas is to share the magic of the season.
It fills your heart with joy. With the world the way it is now, if you can make somebody happy and by a simple letter, why not?
A shining, selfless act that's brightening the lives of hundreds over the holidays. Adrian Gobriel, CTV News, Toronto.
A beautiful reminder about the spirit of the season. And as this is my last show of the year, I'd like to wish you and your families, on behalf of all of us here at CTV News, a very Merry Christmas. For many, this has been an especially difficult year. May the remaining days of 2025 bring you peace, contentment, and happiness with your loved ones. Happy holidays, and see you in 2026. Good night.
CTV National News, Canada's #1 newscast.